We've got an active weather pattern here on this Tuesday where we have severe weather, but then we also have a winter weather component. Looking at the United States as a whole, we've got active thunderstorm warnings across portions of Oklahoma and also Texas. You can see the rain and thunderstorms. Now, all of this will be moving east as we go over the next couple of hours and actually as we go into the next couple of days. Let's take a look at high temperatures for today. Most of us in the southeast are going to get into the middle to upper 70s. Back behind this front that we're dealing with, you'll be in the 60s, and then look up to the north across the Dakotas where you'll start to get into the 30s and 40s. So it gets cold behind that front. That's why we have a winter component. All right, so let's talk about the severe weather threat because we have a really big portion of that across the southeast. So when we look from portions of southeastern Oklahoma into northeastern Texas down into Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, we have this enhanced risk of severe weather. So that's a level 3 out of 5. The greatest chance for tornadoes will actually be in a corridor from about Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi into western Alabama. Then that will become a damaging wind threat. And then the hail threat, it is pretty small. So if you are a roofing company, say in Arkansas and also Louisiana and Mississippi, today is one of those days where you're really going to have to watch out for because we do have that threat for some small hail. Now, as we look over the next couple of days, when we talk about Wednesday, that threat starts to slide to the east. And believe it or not, we have an enhanced risk or level 3 out of 5 for the eastern seaboard there, from the Carolinas up into Virginia. And that is something we'll be watching closely. We've got a slight risk or a level 2 into Pennsylvania as well. So the greatest area for hail for that location will be from Pittsburgh down to Washington, D.C., and then down into Raleigh. So we'll be watching that area closely as well. Large hail is expected. So I know, again, if you are a roofing company, you'll really want to have to pay attention to that in that area. But again, there is a winter component to all of this. So let's take a look at the snow component because in front of it, we've got some hail, damaging winds, tornadoes. We've got that severe weather threat. But behind it, yeah, we've got some snow, and that's because our temperatures are cold enough to support that. So when we take a look at today, look where the snow starts to set up in portions of northern Kansas, into Nebraska, and also into the Dakotas, where we have, believe it or not, that area shade of pink, that's about 6 to 12 inches of snow. Now keep in mind, we are in March, so these systems here where you get severe and also the winter weather component of that, that's very common for this time of the year. Then that threat starts to slide towards the east, up into Iowa, also Minnesota, where we have about 6 to 12 inches of snow in that pink shade. And then it keeps going east. Notice that the totals start to get a little bit less. Chicago, maybe about an inch or perhaps even close to 2 inches of snow by Wednesday evening into early Thursday morning. And then a little bit of maybe some lake effect snow as we go into Pennsylvania, also into upstate New York as we head into Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. So we've got an active couple of days for severe weather. Remember to stay weather aware and have multiple ways to receive watches and warnings, of course, if you are in the southeast. This has been a flash weather update.